Hi, I'd like to begin with a quote by Frank Ostaseski, who is the director of the San Francisco Zen Hospice Project, and a Buddhist teacher, where he says, people often discover at the time of their death that they are much more than the small, separate self they've taken themselves to be. What's amazing to me is that we take all that we are and shrink it down to such a small story, and then live into that story as if it were true. At the end of their lives, people realize they were living in too small a story. Again, that's from Frank Ostaseski. There's something really heartbreaking and yet awakening about that quote by Frank. It got me wondering, do we really have to wait until the end of our lives to wake up to this realization that we are more than this small, separate sense of self that we walk around the world with? What is it that obscures our realization? And for one, this small story of me has a particular momentum. It keeps us moving fast. It doesn't really want us to stop and investigate or be present with our lives because it has a plan, it has an agenda, and it's very afraid that things will fall apart if we stop. So even taking a pause, taking a breath, beginning to just land into the present moment as best we can, interrupts the narrative of this small sense of self. And initially what we come in contact with often is a sense of space, and it can feel really vulnerable and scary, because as we get present, we're also tapping into not knowing. We're asking questions to which there are no glib and immediate answers. The good news is that we are already accessing presence. We're already more aware than we were a few breaths ago. But as we drop in to the present moment, what happens is our two companions of the small separate self step in, and their names are I already know and I should know. So the moment we ask a question, I already know wants to offer up its interpretation, or I should know sends us scurrying into our heads again, looking for the answer and avoiding what is the truth in the moment. Whatever experience we're having, we sort of just want to reject it and move on with our lives. So both these companions interrupt the present moment, interrupt presence, our access to our deeper nature. It actually obscures the truth of our experience, and it keeps us in this shrink-wrapped version of ourselves. So in our women's group on Saturday mornings, we practice meditation, and we often look into and investigate questions such as these. And if this sounds interesting to you, I hope you will join me and all the other wonderful women who join our group on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. And we'd love to meet you.